right, everybody. Welcome back to the Dane Wayne Show.
Episode 26.
26.
Nice.
All right. Yes. What do we have for tonight? What are we going to be talking about?
We got, I don't know, want to talk Phillies?
Nah.
Want to talk Sixers?
Sixers.
You want to talk
NBA playoffs?
Yeah.
That was a crazy game last night. We'll get to that later.
That was a wild game.
We're going to have NBA
night.
playoff corner with Dane later because I only just saw highlights. What else we got?
Maybe
go Birds.
Tush push.
Tush push lives on.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's not going to be stopped. Not this season. They'll re-vote on it next season, but like, how do you feel about like it not being? I said it was going to be banned. I did.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So
all signs were pointing to it being banned, but hey, Jason Kelce went in there, talked about it.
Laurie had
Laurie was pretty passionate about it. And yeah, he pretty much said, whatever you guys vote, we're still walking out of here Super Bowl champs. So
I mean, they did take that play and run it all the way to a Super Bowl. And, you know, they were excellent at it. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I don't see the uproar for it to be banned. I can understand the optics of it not looking like a football play, Wayne, but like what, you know, how do you...
The reasons that they put forward were pace of play, which is ridiculous because they basically rush up to the line almost every time.
True.
The only pace of play issue they had was in the NFC Championship game when Frankie Louvu wouldn't stop
try to jump over the line of scrimmage every time at the
goal
goal line.
Fault.
No, absolutely not.
And the injury data is just not there.
So, well, what's gonna happen is, knock on wood, somebody's gonna get hurt on that play, and then they're gonna, you know, create a meme or this is what you wanted, Philadelphia. This is what you got. But I could be wrong.
Mahomes got hurt on a regular QB sneak.
Yeah.
Without getting pushed from behind.
Yeah.
So
injuries are injuries in the NFL.
Yes.
You're not gonna get hurt playing in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
was the victory tour that they took on social media too much?
No. That was extra petty. That was petty and
I heard it.
Petty.
Yes, absolutely.
But I don't blame them.
I don't blame them at all.
So,
but I do think maybe that pushed it over the edge for next year.
So it's definitely getting banned. Now you. So
the Raiders posted something like some like a facilities crew or somebody was pushing something and they couldn't get over the hump, so then they brought in, you know, the center, the quarterback.
Okay, to make it
to push it.
Yeah. And
they said, all right, push on. And then they said, because they're playing the Eagles week 14 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But they voted against it.
Yeah. So do you run up the score or do you run it every single time on the teams that voted against it?
Well, you're going to run it. I mean, it's 13 teams that voted that they're playing this year that voted to ban it. So
you're going to have your chance to.
You're absolutely going to have your chance. The Lions are the only team that I respect. And that was probably like a Dan Campbell. I'm going to take a bite of their kneecap. And
that is a Dan Campbell bite of knee.
Yeah. The tush push.
For what?
Yes.
But I'm not worried about the Lions. The Lions got their own problems. Yeah. No. I could see, I wouldn't mind if they ran it every single time, like Jason Kelce said. It would be terrible to watch, but, you know.
No.
So
the first play from scrimmage against Green Bay is absolutely going to be a tush push.
No.
You cannot.
Nah, they won't do that. Nah.
What?
There's no way. If Sirianni
is absolutely going to do
Nicholas cannot do that. You're going to put money on that? Is that a plus 500?
I would absolutely put money on
that.
All right. And then the second play from scrimmage should be another tush push formation, but then they fake it and run
sweep it to Saquon.
Yeah, Saquon or some bomb to AJ or something.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's I did enjoy the pettiness. Like I said, I think it's going to push everybody else over the edge, though.
And now definitely next year it's getting banned on purpose.
Yeah. For sure.
No, it'll be. I didn't want it to be banned, and I thought it was just weird that the teams were like, "Yo, you can run the same play like we've discussed. You can execute this play at the same high level. Why is this just because the Eagles practice it and execute it at an extremely high level? Why is it now that no, it has to be taken out of the game? You know,
I don't know.
So
that
never made any sense to me.
Nobody has brought forth a valid argument against it.
So
I'd love to know if I was a fan of another team, what would I think? You know,
okay.
We're too close to the situation to really.
No, then I'm gonna start.
Objective.
We're gonna poll all other fan bases. Leave a comment, leave a like. Tell me why you hate the tush push. Why is it not a football play? Or we're gonna ask the teams that voted against it. Can you leave a comment and tell me why you hate the tush push and why it should be outlawed? No?
Yeah.
All right.
No, it was a selfish move in terms of the teams that are playing the Eagles voted 13-1 to ban it. They just don't want to have to play against it. Nobody can stop it, and they don't want to play against it. That's the long and short of it.
That's weird.
But there's a lot of AFC teams that voted, not to ban it because they don't have to play the Eagles that much.
True.
So yeah, I don't know. I did like a hierarchy that somebody put out where it's like the teams that voted for it. There at least a subset of them. The Lions being one of them. It's like okay, they're okay, and then the Saints and the other teams, we still don't like them, but they're okay because they didn't vote against it. And then cowards, and then the NFC East, scum of the earth. Yeah. Oh, did you hear about the Hard Knocks in season?
I wanted to bring that up, but we can bring that up because I saw that and I was like, this is terrible.
I can't believe that the Eagles, I guess it's being forced upon them.
It is.
They hate this stuff.
It is. I don't like Hard Knocks because the cameras, and not that it changes anything that they do on a professional level, but I've yet to see a team on Hard Knocks, I don't know, perform.
Be good at all. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. They haven't fallen into the category of being eligible for Hard Knocks.
No.
Because if you've made the playoffs.
Correct.
Or you have the coaching change or like all those things. So it's like they're purposely avoiding it. They change coaches when they don't make the playoffs so they don't have to go into Hard Knocks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Buffalo's doing it this year as well with the NFC East. So the thing that I think
are they the training camp?
Buffalo's the training camp, and then the NFC East is the in-season
one. Yeah.
So I don't mind it being in Buffalo because, like I said, no, do you really want Hard Knocks around? But the fact that it's the entire NFC East kind of puts a whole picture together. But no team. I don't think the teams like Hard Knocks, but
especially after the Joe Shane.
It's a thing.
Fiasco last year, or the Saquon. Yeah, nobody wants those cameras around. The Eagles put out some good content on their own, but it's because they control it.
Yes.
This is a different.
No, Hard Knocks is just the cameras rolling.
The cameras rolling, and they pick up what they pick up.
Yeah, and it is what it is.
I don't think they have the final refusal.
No.
To be able to say no, you're not airing that.
Exactly. So. Well, the Giants stuff would that have gotten out if the team can block it?
No, John Mara never would have had that.
Okay, so
out there. So
no, I wouldn't want that.
Did you watch last year's with the NFC or the AFC North?
Pieces of it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
No, I used to watch Hard Knocks probably maybe 10 years ago. Is when I would say I was definitely like, "Ooh, I gotta watch Hard Knocks," but no, not.
What was that though? Well, the Revis Island stuff and Terrell Revis held out. That was good.
Yep.
So I remember a few of them, but
nothing. It's been on for 25 years,
long time.
Which I'm like, wow. If you think about that, I'm like, here goes this dinosaur talking. But
no, I think they do a good job with it.
Yeah,
I usually like to catch bits and pieces of it. And yeah, it's entertaining. It's something in the summertime to
watch.
To fill your, especially because they turn it around so quickly.
Yes,
they have a game and like a full week, and they turn around that following week.
And then they show you the entire process up to game day.
Right.
Yeah, if you love sports, if you like documentary style, it works.
Knowing what goes into those productions, like to turn that around that fast
is crazy. Yeah. It's crazy, and salute to them on some realness.
Yeah.
So what else?
Football wise, I think we've spiked the football enough.
Because OTAs are this week, but we're not going to talk about OTAs. All right, no doubt. Phillies. Do we want to transition to the Phillies?
All right.
They've been
good or bad news first.
Let's
start with the bad news.
Ahead.
Let's just get that out of the way. The Alvarado stuff.
Peds.
Yep, the Peds that dropped Sunday morning.
Yeah.
and it was like, okay, Mick Abel's starting, and you're like, okay, this is gonna be a good day, and then all of a sudden that drop,
that was definitely
takes a whole back seat now.
It did.
You lose them for the entire rest of the season plus the playoffs, and
your bullpen's not the strong point on your team right now.
Yeah, he was the
anchor.
Well, he was the guy that would come in. I liked what Topper was doing with him was bring him in against the high leverage guys, like the 3, 4, 5 hitters.
Yeah.
When those guys were in, it didn't matter what inning. So he would pitch Alvarado against the top guys in the lineup, and then let Strom and Kirkring and Romano take over the rest. Jordan Romano he's kind of picked up, and
from what we saw 3 weeks ago when everybody wanted to burn him and throw him in the garbage.
Yeah, he's been actually pretty
good. He's been solid. But is it the bad teams that they're playing? Because Pittsburgh and Colorado, record-wise, but you're supposed to win what's on your schedule.
Yeah.
So you can't.
We'll see if they didn't play well against St. Louis. What did they take? Was it 2 out of 3, or was it? No, they lost. It was 1 out of 3. They won.
Yes.
In St. Louis, they got swept by the Mets.
Definitely swept by the Mets.
So they haven't really played a good team since then.
Who do they play? Oakland.
They play Oakland next in the AAA
and then
stadium.
And then hold on, who else? I got to tell you who else they play, because let me look at the schedule. Hold on. So next up for the Phillies.
I feel like they've had just a very average schedule from a strength of opponent standpoint so far.
Yeah, they play the Athletics till Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then have
Boston?
a couple of days off.
You ever play Boston?
Is it Boston? I don't see Boston on here.
No?
Do they have off till Wednesday? Braves are next on Wednesday.
Braves.
Yeah, Oakland and then the Braves is what I see here on the schedule.
Okay.
And the Braves are playing better. And then the Brewers after that.
Okay. Is this all on the road?
Let me see. This Brewers game.
No, the Brewers come.
Brewers are here.
Yeah, it's when Reese comes back.
And I want Reese back.
Just trade him.
And the Braves are home as well. So they have the Braves and the Brewers coming in.
So it was a pretty short road trip then.
Yeah. But
just 3 series.
I don't know about that, because Colorado is definitely not a good team.
They are setting records
for badness, for terribleness.
They're the first team in Major League history to lose 40 of their first 48 games.
So weren't the White Sox pretty bad like that, like a year ago or 2 years ago?
Yeah,
or not this bad. Wow, all right.
Like this early in the season, not this bad.
No, that's true.
They've only won. They're 8-49 or 8-39 right now.
Oh, ooh,
yeah.
Damn. All right, that's terrible.
So not so good.
No. All right. So then the Braves and the Brewers coming in should be an actual test of some arms and some bats and some real actual competition.
Braves are like 500 right now.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the Brewers are, but they're in that area, I think. Mets aren't playing that great. They beat Boston last night, but the Phils are up a game and a half on them, so
we'll see.
They're only a game back from the best record
in the baseball.
Yeah.
Who do you see as competition like right now? LA?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, LA. You're going to have to get through the Mets. They haven't proven that they can beat the Mets yet.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
Philly's got to beat the Mets until you start talking any kind of talk. The bats look solid. Trey looks solid.
Bryce Harper. He did the Nick Sirianni thing and shaved his head.
And now
my wife doesn't love it. Doesn't love it. She liked the long hair. But it's working. He's hitting like 450 since he shaved his head.
For real?
Yeah.
All right. So then if that's the case, we got to make sure that he shaves his head then.
Yeah, keep it.
And no, he's not going to cover off the ball right now. Schwarber's hitting home runs. Bohm is getting the ball in play. So we'll definitely have an idea. It's Memorial Day, so you would, at this point in the season, you're going to know what your baseball team kind of is or kind of isn't. And then, you figure it out the second half is how I feel.
What are they going to do with the bullpen, though? They have to bring somebody else in.
Where are they going to get somebody else from? Is he going to trade somebody?
Yeah, trade deadline. Somebody that's a seller.
All right.
they'll find somebody, but who are they going to give up? Like that's where I feel like McAble could be in play.
Okay.
They don't want to give up the top prospects, but to get a closer or somebody that's going to be reliable, in high leverage situations.
Yeah, nobody's gonna just give you that.
No.
So I don't know. Maybe, or you know what? Maybe they'll all step up. Is that Maybe they will.
I
can't say that with a
Let's
straight
keep
face.
it going. Romano's just gonna turn into
Brad Lidge
closer. Yep. I mean, tigers don't change their stripes, as they say.
A zebra doesn't change his
stripes still.
A cheetah doesn't change its spots.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, all those. I don't know. Yeah. But enjoy it as it's happening.
I know.
Last time we talked about it, we said, is the season over? So this is a marked improvement.
We were talking about the season being over, and you said, you're like, yo, the season can't be over. What was it, April?
It was still April.
Nah, the season's not over in April. For any baseball team that has a decent team. Phillies have way above decent team.
Might be over for the Rockies.
Okay.
Might be.
That's a fact. No, all right. The Rockies season, Colorado's over for you. But everybody else got a chance.
They're going to be eliminated from the playoffs soon.
You're not lying. Why
man.
my food stop barking?
I'll take the 4-game sweep. I mean, we were like, after that first inning or two, first game, I'm like, they're going to end up losing to this team. Like, what in the world?
Did you feel that for real, though?
I don't know.
No, there's no way you did. Because I just kept saying, yo, this is Colorado. Is what I kept saying. And I'm like, no.
Who was pitching? Who pitched the first game?
You want me to jog my memory?
I don't remember. But whoever it was gave up a run or two in the first inning.
Yes.
And you're saying, here we go again.
You were ready to start being negative. Like, you can't be negative now.
How many times did they come back in the series? At least twice, right?
At least.
Like last night, they blew the doors off after being down, I think. I don't remember. See, my memory's just going.
It's too late in the day.
Yes. That is true. We're going into a holiday weekend.
And it's 8:59. Damn it. I can't find this on here, Wayne.
That's all right.
All right.
He's an old man. Doesn't know how to use his phone. It's fine.
The font's not big enough on here.
Oh, my gosh. Get your glasses.
Yo, don't talk about my eyes. But so what else is on the table?
You want to go into some NBA playoffs? Crazy game last night.
Yo, the wildest game, Wayne. Yeah. Knicks, Pacers. Halliburton hit that fall away, bounce off his leg, down 14 points.
Yeah.
That definitely took me back to like watching playoff basketball in like the 90s or like early 2000s with just the vibe, both teams back and forth playing tough defense. Yeah, man. That's what you want like a championship game to look like. And it felt amazing.
Yeah.
Watching that. Even though I don't have Sixers are garbage.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me not say that.
As much as I hate New York.
Right.
I mean, the Knicks being good is good for
basketball.
Yeah.
It's good for basketball.
I mean, all those stars came out.
Yeah.
Celebrity Row was packed.
Yeah.
Chalamet, John Hamm, Larry
Everybody.
David, Ben Stiller.
Everybody was there. And they have the building just quiet.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, but we know that feeling here.
Exactly. Me too. They still talk about the Kawhi bounce.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
That ball bounces up to the ceiling and the building just gets quiet. Yeah.
I think the teams that were down 10 points with less than a minute to go were 0 and 1,400 before last night.
I saw that.
Or something.
Yeah.
And now they're 1 and
1 and 1,400. So it doesn't happen. So you saw something like historical or like crazy. Yeah. You know, they're going to talk about it like Reggie Miller's 9 points or Tracy McGrady's 13 points.
Yeah.
You know, those, or the Lakers when Kobe and Shaq came back on the Blazers. You know, all those like memories or moments in a playoff NBA basketball history that you remember or saw. So
yeah, I could have done without the Reggie stuff. I'm not a huge Reggie Miller guy.
I mean, I hated Reggie Miller. I don't like to use that word because that's not but no, Reggie Miller.
To go with the choke thing. All right.
Like he practiced it.
Absolutely practiced that.
Yo, Halliburton, they saying you practiced it. Tell him it's a lie. He went him.
He was. Did you see Reggie like pointing at him at the end of the game? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Wild finish. Shea Gilchrist got the MVP, which I think Joker should have got. Shea Gilchrist Alexander.
I thought you.
What did I call him?
I thought you said Kid Gilchrist.
No, I said Shea Gilchrist.
Isn't it Shea Gilchrist?
Shea Gilchrist Alexander.
SGA.
Say that 4 times.
SGA.
Just call him SGA.
Another guy that, just like Halliburton, that nobody knew was going to be as good as he is.
Did the Sixers have a chance?
Yes, they picked Mikal Bridges right ahead of him, and then they traded him.
And then they traded Mikal Bridges anyway.
Kid with the peanut allergy.
Oh Lord.
It was 10th. Mikal Bridges was picked 10th by the Sixers, and then traded, and then for Zaire Smith. Just came to me.
Zaire! I want a bomber. I need a bomber.
And then 11 was SGA by the Clippers. And then he had a couple, maybe a good season, maybe a couple good games. And then they traded him for Paul George. For PG. Like 4 first-round picks.
PG's podcast started.
Good.
Why did I just say that? Okay.
Our competition. Podcast P.
You know what? Let's Control-Alt-Delete that one. We're not going to that. He's back. He's talking on the pod, man.
All right.
He's saying that
traded?
No. That garbage needs to stop. Unless he goes to management and says, I want out, he's not going anywhere. And who's gonna take that money, Wayne? No one's taking that contract. He's got old knees, old ankles, and old back. Sorry, Paul. Not so, but you don't heal.
You know what we're talking about.
You know,
old knees, old backs.
All right.
You know what we're talking about.
Them things, even with the best of the best, it doesn't get better.
Yeah.
Unless you eat an avocado ice cream like TB12.
Oh my god.
All right. But whatever.
All right. So what are we thinking for the draft? Are we still thinking Ace Bailey? I mean, he's the only plug and play guy.
If I hear them say they're going to trade that pick, I'm going to throw Maury in the Schuylkill River. All right. I'm going to drive to the city and throw him in the river. All right. Do not trade the pick. Don't package it with PG for marketing or KD. KD's knees are old and his back is
He's 2 years older than Podcast P.
So no, he go sprain an ankle, KD in Houston. You'll get a bag and sprain an ankle in Houston. I don't need it here. Yeah. And you're KD's amazing. Yes, but KD can't play defense like you saw the Pacers play defense last night, or like OKC plays defense. He just can't.
Yeah.
Tell me, I might be wrong, but I don't think I am.
I wanted to go back to OKC.
For real?
Oh, just for nostalgia. I saw him drop 40 there.
All right.
Like in Oklahoma City. My wife went to college there, so I went.
All right.
We went back to the city and watched one of the games. It was him. It was Thunder Timberwolves.
Oh, nice.
And Kevin Love dropped 40 on the side. So it was when
Kevin Love was a beast back then, giving out 14 boards.
Yeah.
on
a
slow night.
It was the night that Donovan McNabb got traded
to the Washington.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yes, Easter Sunday.
It
was her birthday. It was Then we were at the OKC game. I started getting all these texts about Donovan McNabb
getting traded. You're like, what? No way! Jeez. That's crazy. Eagle history, Eagle memory, right there.
Yeah. It was
definitely.
Got any haters this week?
No
haters this week.
No, Stephen A.
I like the guys that voted against the Tush push. They're all the haters.
I mean, I could vote again, but it just felt so good, Wayne, to just go like this and say "Go Birds."
That first post, they posted it within minutes of the vote happening.
It felt so
push on,
and it doesn't matter, and everything that they were trying to stop, it's gonna go on for at least another year, and I'm good with it. And if you want to, you can execute the play at a high level as well. No one's stopping you. Just go practice it and go Birds.
All right.
All right.
Shorter episode tonight, but we wanted to get that Alvarado and the Tush push stuff in.
We did. So, I appreciate you, Wayne. Pushing me out of my comfort zone a little bit, you know.
With the jacket and the shirt?
No, I just wanted to say that. Got the retro Iversons on.
You got the Iversons on.
That playoff game was crazy, though, man. I know, we don't talk ball much, but that game was crazy.
That's my fault.
I'm looking forward to the conference finals.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right.
We'll tune in. I don't know where we're going to be next week. I don't know if Wayne wants to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. If anything comes up that's worth talking about, we'll be
here. Absolutely.
All right.
Go Birds. Have a good evening. And hopefully you didn't hear my dog barking all the time. Damn.